Ryu-ge had a fair share of their tier 0 formats and a lot of tier 0 and meta decks, but after Rage of the Beast and crossover breakers and even some structure decks, the meta will probably completely change due to the way the decks play. So today we're gonna look at some decks and how they play. I built some from scratch, even though they are not available yet. So I had to come up with the strategies myself. So they are not perfect. And I know people are gonna like probably discover an FTK with some of these decks and um, destroy this video out of the water. But yeah, today we're gonna look at some um, decks post Rage of the Beast and crossover breakers and some structure decks um, to figure out how the meta and the decks will look like. And I also have a secret thing on the end of the video that may become tier 0. Enjoy the video. The first deck is Razor. This deck contains a bunch of cards that make rank 4s extremely easy to make, aka rank 4 turbo. And it's really simple, like how simple this archetype even works. So let's just get into the deck profile. This is not how I know it's gonna be played. It's how like I would build the deck and how I think people will build it. First things first, 2 copies of Cashier Unicorn and Fenrir because they're good cards, very good actually. Then this is post Rage of the Abyss. Like you see, is surfacing Big Jaws, which is if this card is used for an XYZ summon of a water monster, it can be treated as a 3 or 5. We don't use that because we only summon rank 4s. You can use this effect, blah blah blah. During your main phase, if a spell card was activated this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except XYZ monsters, which is we play some spells, so we can use surfacing Big Jaws. Next one is Ice. This one is you can special summon this card from your hand. This card from your hand by sending 1 card from your hand or field to the graveyard. If you do special summon, special summon from an extra deck, you cannot special summon it. It locks into rank 4 XYZs. You can only do it once per turn. If this card is normal summoned, you can special summon Razor monsters from your deck except Ice. Next one is Thord? I don't know how to pronounce that. If you have a Razor monster on the field or in your graveyard, you can special summon it, and it locks you into rank 4s. It is once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 light pyro monster from your deck to your hand, and it's also once per turn. You can search X or Ice of this effect. Note, if you have an XYZ monster on your field in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from hand, locks into a rank 4s, and it's once per turn. You can send 1 card from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target 1 Razor monster in your graveyard except Node, special summon it in defense position, but it negates its effect, also once per turn. Then it is a Palma. I don't know where do they get these names. Palma cannot be normal summon or set, so you have to special summon it of the effect. Must be first special summon from your hand by shuffling 1 Razor monster from your hand or graveyard into the deck, extra deck. You cannot special summon from it locks into rank 4s. Once per turn, if this card battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, you can send 1 level 4 monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. If you do it, this card's attack equals to that monster till the end of the battle phase. So you'd never use this effect. I never used it while filming this video. Now X is you can special summon this card from your hand by sending 1 XYZ monster from your X to the graveyard. That's no big deal. We play a lot. If you do, you can special summon this card again. It locks into rank 4s. You can only use once per turn. If this card is normal special summon, you can excuse me. And you do not control any face-up monsters other than level 4 or rank 4 monsters, you can add 1 Fire Thunder monster from your deck to your hand, which is either Thord or Palma. Then we play 3 copies of Bonfire, 1 Terraforming for the field spell, Plug-in is target one ecstasy monster or razor monster in your graveyard or banishment, so it's a little bit immune to shifter, but not too much. Special summon it, then you can attach one razor card from your deck to a rank 4 monster, rank 4 ecstasy monster you control as material. You cannot declare attacks for the rest of the turn except rank 4 ecstasy monsters, and it's once per turn. Then the field spell. This field spell like it is insane, because you cannot ecstasy summon monsters with the same name as you control. So we play a lot of one-offs in the extra deck. You can target 2 Razor cards in your graveyard except Razor Cross. Place them on the bottom of the deck in any order, then draw 2 cards. You can only use each effect of Cross once per turn. Once per turn, when an opponent once per turn, when an opponent activates monster effect resolves, you can attach one material from an Razor ecstasy monster you control. If you do, negate activation. So it's a negate in the field spell. Then you play one Razor Hold Thruster. Target one card your opponent controls up to the number of Razor ecstasy monsters you control. Destroy them. Then you can attach one Razor card from your graveyard to a rank 4 monster you control as material. You can banish this card, so it's like a pop. It's basically Majesty with Dragons of White. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Immediately after this effect resolves, ecstasy summon using a monster you control, including a Razor monster, and it's once per turn. Then we play 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Infinite Impermanence. We play 3 Razor Dead Natter. Oh wait, I hurt my... 2+ level 4 Razor monsters. This is not a generic. When your opponent activates a card effect, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, then target one card on the field, destroy it. So, and you see that this is not once per turn. So, as long as you have materials, you can keep popping parts as long as they keep activating effects. And you can only use of the following effects of Razor Dead Natter once per turn. In this card's special summon, you can attach one card from a graveyard to it as material. If an ecstasy monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can attach one material from this card instead. So it's protection and it's pretty good. Then we play one Dark Rebellion, one Utopia, by the way, I prefer this art. Yeah, crap about it. Then we play Razor Dope Duo Drive. I think that's how you say its name. 2+ level 4 monster, so it is a generic. For each material attached to this card, monsters you control gain 100 attack, so they can get actually pretty big. You can also get like 5 Razor monsters on the field at the same time, so it will get 5 by default. So yeah, it gets pretty big. And once your opponent controls lose 100, so they will lose a lot. You can only use each effect of each of the following effects of Razor Duo Drive once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can attach one Razor monster from a graveyard to it as material, so it will have 600 more. During your main phase, you can detach 2 materials from this from monsters you control, so you don't need to detach them from him. If you do, add 2 Razor cards with different names from the deck to your hand, so it's double search. Then we play one of Krutku, one Phobos, which is basically a negate forever. Beguska, one Laplancer, one Execution Knight, one Emerald, one Abyss Dweller, one Gaga Cowboy, and for the jokes I just threw numbers 57 in because it's very generic. It's 3 level 4 monsters. When this card is special summon, you can target one monster your opponent controls. This card gains an attack equal to that monster's current attack, so it will beat basically over anything because it has 100 original. Your opponent, if your opponent controls more cards than you do, you can detach one ecstasy material from this card. Then choose one unused monster zone or spell trap zone. While this card is face up on the field, that zone cannot be used. And if you see, that is not once per turn. So if your opponent has at least 2 cards on the field and you have only this, you can basically lock 3 zones. Then in the side deck we play Ogre, we play 1 Shifter and 3 Crossa Designator, because this deck can surprisingly not play through Shifter very well. And you'll see why Shifter, we added this small package into this deck. And we play 3 Valor, 3 Fuaros because he's gonna release in the same set that Big Jaws will, and 2 Lightning Storm. So let's get into the 3 games. So let's get into game 1 with Razel. We have a good hand, and we summon Cashier Unicorn, and actually we don't have a good hand, we can't XOZ even. We set 2, we summon the Hawk, and they Foolish Burial a dragon, and they summon Alexandra dragon. I don't even know what the fuck we're playing against here. Then we draw into Ash Blossom, so we can summon the bird again, hit over the Alexandra dragon. Pass it to our opponent. He's gonna draw a card and summon this. We're gonna negate it for some reason because I panicked here. Then we draw. We finally can play an XYZ game. So we search. We special summon him. We XYZ into Dark Rebellion. We activate the effect. We attack over it, and we're pretty much not done here. They're gonna draw. They're gonna set 1 and pass it on to us, and then we summon. We're gonna show off a bit. We're gonna show what this deck can do. We're gonna XYZ. We're gonna attach a material. We're gonna detach the search 2. We're now gonna special summon from grave. We're gonna activate the field spell effect. Shuffle back, draw 1. We're gonna replace some cards. We're gonna search with bonfire. Summon XYZ, attach, and it's just game here. Okay, what is game 2 against? We have a good hand. We use the field spell. We search with the starter. We special summon the green one. We special summon the circle, and then we XYZ twice. We search. We special summon from grave. We loop cards a lot in this deck, and then we set 2. We activate to search. We set another one. And we are playing against another weird ass deck, but we can record it back anyway. We pop Alexandra Dragon, and it's just like I think it's game from here. We search 2 anyway. We summon into Utopia, and then we special 2 more guys and XYZ into the LOL card. I just won here, and there is no point. I was just showing off at this point, and here we just attack for game. Okay, let's see what game 3 is. This hand's okay. It's not ass. We can play. Then we special summon 2. We search a bit. We use Jaws. We XYZ into that guy. We attach. Again the 2 main Razels. They MST us, which is fine. I don't know why I popped MST. They instant fusion. We pop. Flamestormer gets destroyed. We're playing against ass decks with Razel. I really should have re-recorded this. We get Cashier Unicorn. It's fine. And it's just game from here. This deck just makes so much material. It's stupidly easy. We go into Emerald here, and we put something back into the extra deck. We play the field spell, and it's game from here, I think. Next deck that Crossover Breakers has to offer is Malice. This deck is a Trapling deck that replaces every single thing, and it's a banish deck. So you can play Shifter in this deck. That's why I put Shifter in the Razel deck. So let's get right into the deck profile. We played 3 Shifter, 3 of Cat, and they're all good. All the main monsters here are good. Wait a second. Any monster destroyed by battle with a Malice Link monster that points to this card are banished. So yeah, it's a cousin of Shifter. You're gonna use each of the following effects of Malice Cat once per turn. During your main phase, you can banish one. During your main save, you can banish one Malice card from your hand. Then you can draw 2 cards, so it's a Pot of Greed. And if this card is banished, you can pay 200 life points, special summon this card. Also, you can also special summon from an extra deck except Link monsters. So it's a Pot of Greed, and I think it can even banish itself, so you get to special summon this again. So it doesn't really cost you anything. Then White Rabbit, you take no battle damage from battles involving Malice Link monsters that points to this card. So, but they wouldn't attack it anyway, because these guys are weaker. You can only use the next effects once per turn. If this card is no more special summon, you can set 1 Malice trap from your deck with a different name from the cards in your graveyard. graveyard. If this card is banished, you can pay 300, special summon it. You can also special summon, and it locks into links for the rest of the turn. Yeah. And the last main deck monster is Dormouse. I think that's how you say it. Millisync monsters that point to this card cannot be destroyed by card effects, so it makes them immune. You can only use the next effects once per turn. During your main phase, you can banish one Millis monster from your deck. Also, all Millis monsters you control gain 600 this turn. If this card is banished, you can pay 200, special summon it, and it locks you into links. Next thing, they're all cyber, so we play Signet Mining. We play Pot of Extravagance, that's we play all 3 ofs in the extra deck, because we only have like 3 main deck monsters, so we really need them. We have play 1 Pros, 1 Terraforming for the field spell. 3 Trap Journalizing Tomb, because all the traps are normal traps. Who would have thought? And 3-dimensional Fissure and 3 Melees in Underground. When this card is activated, you can banish 1 Melees card from your hand, deck, or graveyard for free. While you have 3 or more banished Melees card traps with different names, Melees Link monsters you control gain 3000 attack. Yeah, so they become just big beaters. While you control any Melees Link monster, your opponent's monsters can only target those monsters for attacks. So this is the thing that comes into play when with the connected effect. And it's once per turn. Next is Melees CGYC06. I don't know how people are gonna pronounce this. You can activate this card the turn into a set by banishing 1 face-up Melees monster you control, so it will special summon itself back. Special summon 1 Melees monster from your graveyard or banishment. Then if you control a Melees Link monster, you can gain line points equal to the special summon monster's original attack. So if you summon like a 1200, you get 1200 life points. And it's once per turn, of course. The next one is CMNTP07, so probably people will just call them 07, 06, and stuff like that. Are we gonna get like 01 too? I'm curious. You can activate this card by the same banishing a Melees monster to activate the turn into set. Add 1 Melees monster from your deck to your hand. Then if you control a Melees Link monster, you can banish 1 card on the field, any card. So we love banish decks, I guess. And 1/1, you can activate this card the turn you set, the same banishing a monster. You can special summon a Melees monster from your deck, or if your opponent controls 3 or more monsters, special summon 1 Melees Link monster from your extra deck instead. So if you're going second and you're activating this, you pretty much win. Because you can link summon with those link monsters, and because you play like Dimensional Fissure or Shifter, they will get banished and summon themselves back. Yes, the link monsters also do that. The special summon monster cannot attack or activate its effect this turn. Doesn't matter. We also play Golden Match. They're all dark. And we also play Rivalry of Warlords because they're all cybers. The only things we don't play cybers is SP Little Knight. Then we'll play 3 Melees Queen Hearts of I can't read today. 3 monsters including a Melees monster. Quick effect, you can target 1 monster, one of your banished Melees cards, shuffle them into the deck. If you do, banish 1 card on the field, so it's a free banish. If this effect's activation and effect cannot be negated if this card points to a monster. So it's like multiple utility. It's like cannot be destroyed by battle, and because it points to something, it can be negated. If this card is banished, you can pay 900 life on special summon it back. And its attack becomes double, so it's even more broken. And it's once per turn, everything. Then Red Ransom. Okay. 2+ monsters, including Melees monster, is still a link 3, so you will have to do some shit to do that. While this card points to a monster, switch the original attack and defense of all effect monsters your opponent controls. This card's insane. Especially going second, because they're gonna have like a beater with 400 attack and 0 defense, and you're just gonna swap them and swing in for game basically. Um, you can also the following effects are once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 menace spell from your deck to your hand. If this card's banished, pay 900, special summon it back. Then you can banish 1 cyber monster from your deck. And a white binder, I think that's how it's spelled. 2+ monsters including Millis. If this card's special summon, you can target up to 3 cards in any graveyard, banish them. So it's a what's the card's name? Soul Release, but in archetypal. During your main phase, you can set 1 Millis trap from your deck to. You can set 1 Millis trap card from your deck or graveyard. If this card is banished, give it 100 special summon it back, and draw 1 card, and it's once per turn. Then we play 2 Masquerina, 2 SP Little Knight, and in the side deck we play 3 Ash, 3 Valor, 3 Fuaros, 3 Ghost Ogre, and 3 Dark Ruler. Because we're gonna stall with Shifter anyway, and Fissure, so might as well just negate their entire board. So let's get into the 3 games. Okay, we're starting with this in hand. It's not bad. We go Extravagance, we draw 2, we activate Fissure, we go for Rabbit, we set 1. We activated, I shouldn't have gone for Rabbit here, that bricked us actually. Don't go for Rabbit if you already have Rabbit. So he'll go, it's another ass deck. Why I got this deck like 4 times. We got Silent Mining, we use Mouse to Cat, and we actually link here. We bring out Mouse and Rabbit. We activate the trap, pop, banishing their continuous spell. We banish a lot of shit going into the link monster, and now we banish a few more from. I linked with a link monster, but it got banished. I misplayed here. I used both of them, even though I should have just used one. And actually, they magical cylinder here. It was a weird deck, so. Obviously, they play magical cylinder. They sort of ring lights again. We shuffle back some shit, and now we draw 2 again. The one card that was left was the one that we needed actually to get all 3 out. We special summon back, and now that's the 3rd one. And we should have gotten. We should have been game here. We should have gotten, but magical cylinder got me again, and I died. Okay, next game we open to Shifter, we activate Shifter, everything will banish now. We go Cat effect, banish that, Dimensional Fissure, we special. We kinda bricked here, again, it was not a great hand. They destroy a Fissure, but now we have 3 on the field, but oh my god. Jesus Christ, is this deck again, it's so weird. Everything they do, it'll come back. They go into the dragon, which I don't know what the fuck that is. Then we search a bit, we banish. We have actually 5 on the field now, and now we can basically just link it to everything. It's dimensional barrier, I think that was it. But because it was banished, it just summons itself back, so it's great. We prosp here, we get a Fissure here, so everything is vanished and they cannot play. We'll link here, I believe. Oh, we said first, sure. We link here, and I think this will be game. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's hope the 3rd game is actually good. We Shifter here. We activate the field spell, banish Rabbit. Rabbit summons back. And sets a trap. We activate the trap, but it didn't do anything. Then we activate. We go into the link monster. It gets brought back, and we did some shit that like did nothing. They go desires here. They banished. Oh, of course that was Adagnister. This was actually a good duel. This was actually the best one. they'll link a lot here, and they just crash into our Millis, but it gets brought back because we're under shifter. um, we bring that rabbit and set a trap. Then we activate it to summon cat. It's our turn, we draw. Sadly, I did not use trap channelizing tool ever. Sadly. Defissure, we activate mouse, it sends some shit to the banish zone. We're gonna link again, and we're gonna have all three. We're gonna have all three on the field, so this is just game from here, and that's it. Oh wait, I left them to live because they were under shifter. I felt bad for the computer. So they activate these arts again. They're if I would let them live for another turn, they would probably like deck out themselves. And the battle phase they go in, but it brings itself back because fissure. It's my turn now, and we banish Link Monster, and we just game from here. Oh, I actually was playing for a lot more than I thought. We link again here, yeah, into IP, and then into the boss monster, and that's game. That one archetype or cards that are absolute dog shit, and crossover breakers is no different. The as archetype in this set are none other than Ryu-ge. These are colossals that are level 10 and are dinosaur, worm, and sea serpent, and also dragon. So you'll see where I'm going with this. And they are absolute shit. They're ass. Like people just have to accept that some decks are just ass. The first one is Baba, champion Ryu-ge of Werhaze. These names are just hilarious, by the way. And this deck is also rocket science, because you'll see what I mean. You can banish this card from your hand and one Ryu-ge and add one Ryu-ge Accession Gate of Werhaze from your deck to your hand. If a monster is banished face up while this card is currently banished, and two or more monsters other than Baba are currently banished, so it's like a lot has to be to trigger this. You can special summon this card. You can place one face-up gate of Werhaze you control to the bottom of the deck. Add one Ryu-ge card from your deck to deck, graveyard, or banish into your hand, except Baba. You can only use this effect once per. You can only use these effects once per turn. Next one is Kwaiba. I don't know. Kwaiba. Sure, let's go with that. It's a dinosaur, and I love that art. They're like little dinosaurs here. You can shuffle this card from your hand into the deck. Add one Ryu-ge Accession Gate of Dino Craig from your deck to your hand. During the main phase, if you have two or more cards were destroyed this turn, quick effect, you can special this card from your hand. So keep this card in your hand if you can. You can place one Ryu-ge a Gate of Draco, blah blah blah. I cannot read these names, they're just stupid. You control on the bottom of the deck, then target other cards on the field up to the number of different monster types among the monsters on the field. So usually it will be like 3 or 4. You can only then destroy them, and it's once per turn. This one's the best one probably, even though it's still ass. Yawanba. I think Yawanba. I think that's how you say it. Abyssal Ryu of Serpent Fall. You can discard this card. Add one God, I can't read because of these names. Add one Ryu-ge Accession Gate of God, I need to drink something. You can discard this card. Add one Ryu-ge Accession Gate of Serpent Fall from your deck to your hand. During your main phase, if two or more monsters other than Yanba were sent to the hand from the hand or deck to the graveyard this turn, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. And you can place one face-up Ryu-ge Accession Gate of Serpent Fall you control on the bottom of the deck. Banish your opponent's entire hand. If you do, they draw the same number of cards. So this banishes your opponent's entire hand. That means it gets rid of what 1/8 of their deck. If you're going first. Then the next one is Guanga. Guangba, yeah. Luminous Ryu-ge of Starforge. It's a Pendulum monster, so I'll read. It has a lot of text, man. During your main phase, you can add on your Ryu-ge card from your deck to your hand, except Pendulum monster. Then destroy this card. You can only use this effect once per turn. You can ritual summon this card. You're never gonna activate this effect, trust me. With the Luminous Star with its effect. Oh no, wait, I'm stupid. You use it with his, you ritual summon him with his effect. That yeah, must be special summoned by its own effect. You can special summon this guy once per turn. If a monster on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, while this card is in the extra deck, you can tribute one level 10 Ryu-ge monster. If you do special summon this card, this is treated as a ritual summon. Then you can destroy up to 2 cards you control if you do place that many Ryu-ge continuous spells from your deck face up on your field. This is probably the best card in the deck, besides the field spell, which we'll get in a second. Then we have all the gates. This one makes them gain 300 and gives them an effect. You can place one face-up Ryu-ge continuous spell you control to the bottom of the deck, negate activation if your opponent activates an effect. Then when your opponent during your once per this this one you can only use this effect once per turn. Ryu-ge monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. Ryu-ge Pendulum monsters and level 10 or higher monsters whose original type is Sea Serpent, you can gain this effect once per turn. Once per opponent's turn. Keep that in mind, it's very important actually. You can place one face-up Ryu-ge continuous spell you control on the bottom of the deck. The target card on the field return it to the hand. So it's what's a card that does that? I don't know. And the last one is the same. They gain effects, and all monsters sent from the field to the graveyard during your opponent's turn are banished instead. So is a shifter. It keep this on the field. I did not realize that you have to keep this on the field when I was recording the gameplay. Once per opponent's turn, quick effect, you place one Ryu-ge continuous spell you control on the bottom of the deck, then target one face-up monster on the field, change its attack points to 0. I use this effect way too much, and it was when the opponent had no monster, so I had to put my monster to 0, so be careful with that. Then arguably the best card in the entire deck is Ryu-ge Accession Crest of Transmigration. Yes, long words. When this card is activated, take 3 monsters from your deck, 1 dinosaur, 1 sea serpent, and 1 worm, add one of them to the hand, banish one other, and send the last one to the graveyard. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except dragon, dinosaur, or sea serpents. Very important. And worm monsters. If you have a face-up Starforge in your extra deck, you can special summon 3 Ryu-ge monsters with different types, 1 of each in your deck, graveyard, and banishment, and it's once per turn. I did not realize the Starforge effect. So if you're playing with this, just make sure you have Starforge face up in your extra. Then is the trap. We play all of this on 3, by the way. Oh, I missed one. One Ryu-ge monster from your deck to your hand. Then you can add one Ryu-ge Pendulum monster from your hand to your extra deck face up. During our main phase, if you control a Ryu-ge Pendulum monster card, you can target this card and Ryu-ge monsters in your graveyard, special summon it. Special summon one Ryu-ge from your deck with the same original type as this card, as the monster banished, and it's once per turn. Then the trap. By the way, these cards have beautiful artworks. Special summon a Ryu-ge monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, then return it to the hand during the end phase. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target on Ryu-ge continuous spell you control or in your graveyard or banishment. Place it on the bottom of the deck, then draw one card, and it's once per turn. Then we play one called by 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 1 Takusano Shinkyogen, and Rivalry of Warlords, Gozen Match, and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. I did not do the side deck here because I had no idea what the fuck to play here. Then we play 2 Zeus, 2 Typhon, 2 Juggernaut Lade. I love this altar, by the way. It's great. Then one number 81, three 81s, and 1 3 Gustav Max, and 3 Vuradras. Vuradras. I think that's how it's called. So let's get into the game. Okay, game 1. It can't be that bad, right? We opened the field spell, but we don't have the thing in our extra monster in the extra deck, so we're cooked. And that's all we needed. That's all we needed. Everything else we needed was the thing in the extra deck. We could have played. We flip goes and match and hope for the best here. The opponent's playing Dark Magician spell book. We're like cooked here. So they're gonna play. We're gonna bring Baba out. Yeah, I'm just making it 0 so they take damage. We end phase here. They maxi us here. Like that doesn't even matter. We attack here. I would go Takusano Shinkyogen here, but I did not know what I was gonna get. So they go circle. They pass. I go Shinkyogen here though. What I should have done is search the guy. I forgot. I did not know that. They go Eternal Soul. They destroy the thing, and they attack us 25. They go Soul. We draw. We set the trap. We activate the trap. We bring Baba out. We get the Sea Serpent. The third circle. They get 2 Dark Magicians out, and we're kinda cooked from here if we don't get that card, and we did not. So we're kinda dead. I was just playing here just like to make the video longer. Really nothing else. And we're cooked. So the second game, we actually get to play here. We put it in the Pendulum Zone, which searches us the field spell, which puts it in the extra monster zone. We can play. We put them all in their respective spots, and we summon all 3 out. I did not go for Vudragas here because it makes it weaker. We needed at least 1 more. That I would be comfortable going to Vudragas. We just kind of do shit here. We put all 3 negates so we get all the effects. We actually went against what did we play against here? I think it was like a full armed Exorcy or Phantom Knight, something of these 2. We accidentally used the effects of Baba here. We clear the board. We bring out the ritual, and it's game from here. It's just game from here. But I banish his entire hand. Baba effect. And we go to battle phase and we kill him. And now the third game, this hand. Okay, we get to play actually. We search the field spell. We activate the field spell. We use the absolutely insane effect. We bring them all back. We go Sea Serpent. We activate the dinosaur. We activate the water and the dragon. No, and we. I think they were. Yeah, this was the Yosenju one. Yeah, we played against Yosenju here. We were cooked from the beginning. Like against Yosenju, this deck does absolutely shit. We're gonna use some effects here. Then they attack us for 900 due to Combo's effect. It returns to the hand, and I thought we would win here. Because they were like it was like a free just line to victory, but no, actually Quaking Mirror Force got me, and I got absolutely destroyed. From here on, it was just downhill. From here, it was just downhill. They summoned out all the Kamas here. I'm not sure why they did not do that. They board wiped me with the knight. The only hope left was this turn. I misplayed heavy here. I was supposed to grab the ritual guy. I was panicking probably, and I just got all the gates. And yeah, I was kind of cooked from here. I feel the only thing that would save me here is the ritual guy, and that's it. And board wiped. Yep, the board wipe. Yep. And yeah, it's just like me hitting. It's just me being hit by Evil Sworn Knight. Uh, so how was your day? I guess. Um, yeah. Are you subscribed? You should subscribe while you're watching me fail living daylights out of this deck. I actually defended of Ash here. That's kind of fun. And the last draw, yeah, it was Shinkyojin. Anything else like would be better. And here's game. And the last, but definitely not the least, probably the next tier 0, Blue Eyes. This is probably the best deck that will probably come out in the next 2 years, and it will probably be tier 0. I'm not even joking. Blue Eyes will be tier 0 again. It's a pretty expensive deck because we actually play Magia here, and we play 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon, 2 copies of Alternative 1 Jet, then 3 copies of Neo Kaiser Seahorse. If you control a Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can special summon this card from your hand, then you can target one light tuner you control, increase or decrease itself by 1. So this is a pretty useful effect, especially if you're trying to get Magia. No, wait, sorry, the new Synchro monster. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send one Blue Eyes monster. You can one Blue Eyes monster or one monster that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to the graveyard, except Neo Kaiser Seahorse. So I usually send Chaos Max because I'm trying to get Magia all the time. that's my goal. Then I'll play 3 Ash Blossom, 1 the White Stone of Ancients, 1 Wine Stone of Legends, 3 Maiden of White. I don't play the original Maiden because it's now ass. It's now kinda ass. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Always send it from the hand. Place one True Light from your deck or graveyard in face-up spell and trap zone, so you don't. It's not slow anymore. If you special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card, so free summon. When a card or effect is active that targets this card on the field, or when this card is targeted for an attack, quick effect, you can special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon or 1 level 1 tuner from your graveyard, and all of these things are once per turn. Then the 1-card combo now, Sage with Eyes of Blue, which searches Maiden, which gets you True Light and starts the entire combo. 1 Chaos Max, 2 Bingo Machingo, 1 Burst Stream of Destruction, 1 Prosp, 3 Prayers with Eyes of Blue. Discard 1 card, add 1 level 1 Light Tuner and 1 spell that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand, except Prayers with Eyes of Blue. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon you control, equip it with a Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck to it as an equip set, and that gives it 300 and 400 attack points, and it's once per turn. The thing that you usually equip is ultimate, because when you use it for a synchro or something, it gets to the graveyard, you have Chaos Max, you fuse them into Magia, which gives you 3 negates. By the way, I'm gonna play this, but without Magia until it gets reprinted. Then Saga with Blue-Eyed Dragon. Special summon Blue Eyes monster from your deck, graveyard, or banishment in defense position. You can you can only special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon with this effect if you do not control it. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except dragon monsters. So you cannot go into Fucho because you play that. So that means you cannot Indigo Ice lock your opponent, which we'll get to later. Um, except Dragon Monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using a monster from your hand or field, including a Blue Eyes monster, and this is once per turn. Then you play 2 Ultimate Fusion, you already saw. Ultimate Fusion, 2 Mausoleum of White, 1 Chaos Form, 2 Full Armed XYZ, 1 Majesty of Dragons of White, and show up to 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons from your hand, face up on the field or graveyard, then destroy that many cards your opponent controls. Non-targeting. You can banish this card from your graveyard, ritual summon one ritual monster from your hand by tributing Blue Eyes White Dragons from your hand or field whose total levels exactly equal the level of the ritual summoned monster. So it's basically Chaos Form and it's non-target removal. Then True Light and then Chaos Emperor. And then the funny card that I decided to put here anyway because you're probably going to be able to summon it, and I already did when I was playtesting this. Blue Eye Shining Dragon, if you don't know what the hell this card does because no one plays it, let me break it down for you. Cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summon from your hand by triggering a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. It's kinda hard to get out, but it is possible. Gains 300 attack for each dragon monster in your graveyard. So it's gonna get really huge. Trust me, I got it to 5,000 attack last time I did that. When a card or effect is acted that targets this card, quick effecting and negate activation. So it's not a generic negate, but it works. So wait, so you'll usually have like 2 Blue Eyes, 1 alternative. Yeah, you're probably gonna. Yeah, I got to 5,000. Yeah. Then Master with Eyes of Blue, 3 Veiler that you can actually search. Then 1 Ultimate, 1 Magia, 1 Alternative Ultimate Dragon, 1 Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, 1 Blue Eyes Twinbird Dragon, 1 Tyrant Dragon, 1 Red Supernova Dragon, which you can actually get out even through Crimson Dragon. Then the new Synchro card, 2+ tuners plus 1 non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. So you can make this with Neo Kaiser Seahorse on level 3, one other level 1 tuner and a Blue Eyes. I think if I'm right. Your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard, so they cannot shifter you if they draw it. So that's kind of cool, I guess. You can only use each effect of the following effects once per turn. When a card or effect is activated on the field, quick effect, you can get the activation if you do this card gains 100 until the end, 1000 until the end of the turn. This card is destroyed by battle or card effect. You can special summon 1 light dragon monster from your graveyard, except this card. So it's pretty nuts. Then we play 2 Spirit. I'm gonna actually replace probably something with the other Silver Eyes or whatever it's called. Then we play what Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon, which is the new XYZ, and it actually has Indigo Eyes. You know, cannot attack directly unless it has a normal monster as material. It's generic, by the way. You can only use each of the following good effects of this card once per turn. If this card is XYZ summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters, or face-up cards your opponent currently controls. And it does not say until when, so it's forever as long as they're on the field. You can detach 1 card from this card, target 1 normal monster in your graveyard or banishment, special summon it, and that card gets 400 attack. So I'm gonna talk about this deck a little more because it's probably gonna be tier 0. You can probably replace this with Silver Eyes, but it eats spells. Then Fucho, which is great against Tempai and for full armed XYZ, which we'll get to later. And then 1 Spirit with Eyes of Blue, which says 1 level 4 or lower dragon or spellcaster monster. So basically anything in the deck. But be careful, don't make Neo Kaiser Seahorse a level 5 unless you cannot go into Spirit with Eyes of Blue. You cannot special summon except dragon monsters, which is kind of a bummer. You can only use each effect of the following effects of this card once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can take one mausoleum of white. Oh, that's how you. I know how to pronounce that. Mausoleum of white from your deck, and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. So for the spell that destroys everything. You contribute discard special summon bluest monster from your hand or graveyard. But if you special summon an effect monster from the graveyard, it cannot attack. Also, its effects are negated. So you can special summon it from the hand, but and it doesn't get negated. Then we play one Crimson Dragon in the side deck. We play Ghost Mourner, Ghost Ogre, Ghost Sister, and Spooky Dogwood. You can replace this with either Fuaros or Mulchami, depends on what the meta is, what it's gonna be, and one Harpies and two Regaki. Now let's talk about the strategy of the deck. Usually I'm gonna summon Sage, Search Maiden, Maiden Search, Trite, and it's just snowballs from there. What did I just say? From there? Just snowballs from there. You're usually gonna send Chaos Max off of Neo Kaiser Seahorse. So if you see it in your starting hand, if you see Sage, do not use the effect. Don't special summon it when you have blue eyes, and then I don't know, synchro it off for Spirit Dragon, and and I don't know, then Foolish Burial, Chaos Max, I guess. And then Fusion Magia. Then the other this is just see how much bodies and blue eyes you can make on the field. And before the last ban list, this thing could Calamity Lock. So I'm happy that they did that. What did I just do? Oh yeah, one Mausoleum. Yeah. Then the next big strategy of the deck is Full Armed XYZ. You don't get to this a lot, but that's why you put two of it. And this also counters the grass decks because they'll mill less if you see 45. Basically what you do is XYZ Fucho. And then set two level 8s, summon two level 8s on the field, wait for your opponent to play, and like when they would destroy this card or they have a big field, just activate this. You XYZ, we target Fucho. Can you target? It's unaffected, yeah, but it can be targeted. So you target Fucho and XYZ with the two level 8s into Indigo Eyes, and then it gets the whole field, so it's toxic. So let's get into the games. I actually went best of 3 here. I go Bingo Machine. I actually drew the funny card. The 1-card combo, but I did get Ogred, but that was no problem really. I at least like it. It was not a big problem. The Ogre was not like it did not disturb me that much. So I went brought out Spirit and Alternative, and that was it for the turn. I did go into the level 12, and that's the I went against Sky Striker here. I was kind of happy that I actually get to play against a good deck. They went Engage. I had a pretty good board here. I did negate with the level 12. They did attack me directly, but that's all that happened. They lowered my attack points. Nothing too special. Level 12 trigger to bring back Spirit. I did set Ultimate Fusion here. My funny card was still in hand. I sent it back though for Fusion. I did go into Fucho. I should not have gone into Fucho. I should have like brought something bigger out because that would have been game. Yeah, but the next turn was game. I went here Twin Burst for the lols, you know. They went Field Spell and into the Link one, the Fire one, and then Engage again. I don't know. I don't know how Sky Striker even works. I negated True Light here with Spirit, which was kind of a big rain move, not gonna lie. the lower attack points again, and they attacked into Maiden. No, they didn't. Okay. I acted Maiden to bring back True Light from Grave. I acted Prayers, and I just went for game here. Yep. And let's get to game 2. So I side decked out Ash for Ogre because I don't know, it just felt like that. They dug through the deck. They played actually quite a lot of spells. I should have put anti-spell fragrance in this deck. I Veilered here. I always negate that card. I don't know why. They said to pass, activate Maxi. That's fine. We go Maiden. We activate True Light. We set Prayers effect. We discard Seahorse, where I figured out that it has to be sent from the field to the graveyard to activate that shit. We go Mausoleum effect, send Blue Eyes effect, some Blue Eyes effect, Maiden effect. I went into Spirit here. Ultimate Fusion to Twin Burst. I don't know why. I was doing here and good here. This game was long. This game was long. It was really long. They summoned the token. They destroyed my True Light and actually my entire board, which delayed the game by a lot. Actually, this was annoying, very annoying. They brought out the Sky Striker. I don't know why people think that Sky Strikers are broken. They're kind of ass actually. We'll go Maiden here. Bring out True Light again. The 1-card combo. I couldn't go into Spirit here because I already used it. Like you see, I actually have Chaos Max here. So it was perfect setup for Magia actually. I had 2 Saga with Blue-Eye Dragon set. So it was kind of good. And they link summoned a lot here. Yeah, that was their turn. Jesus link summoned twice and set 2. We actually go here and another Saga. We summon Blue Eyes. We activate effect to summon Chaos out. We attack with Chaos. They stole our stone. We draw. We activate this, and now we actually use. Oh, wait, that's their turn. Chaos Max can do that. Yeah, I was just waiting for them. They summoned banned cards for some reason. It was like an old deck. There's the speed ride here for some reason. I think they were trying to go for game. Here I actually wait. It's still their battle phase. Okay, sure. They went into Topologic Bomber Dragon for some reason. I don't know. It's my turn. I activated that thing, and then I activated that to Fusion Magia. I was happy that I could actually Fusion Magia without even the Ultimate Dragon. So that was fun. Now they couldn't even play the game. Like everything they did, I just negated. So I negated that with Magia. Then and I attacked with Magia for game. Now let's talk about each deck and its up and down sides. For Rizal, the upsides are that it turbos out a heck ton of level 4s, so you can XYZ into either Phobos, Abyss Dweller, or Gaga Cowboy to OTK your opponent, to lower opponent's life points, and then just stall the game in game 4, which is amazing. It also can provide a lot of OTK options with Dark Rebellion, and especially that some of it is searchable through Bonfire is amazing. The downside is that this gets killed by Shifter, like it gets destroyed by Shifter. That's why we also play it in the side deck. The also bad side it is that you can overextend a lot and get Nibiru'd immediately. So that was Razor. For Malice, the upsides of the deck are that it's actually very consistent. It has a lot of recursion, and I love that the traps here are not slow, unlike like trap tricks, which you actually have to wait for your opponent to play something. And I see this deck can be played a lot, especially because it plays Shifter and Fissure. The downsides are that this deck gets killed by absolutely everything. It has no negates, and it has no interruptions, and it's weak during your opponent's turn. It really is. So that was Malice. And now Ryu-ge. Now the good things. I'm just joking. This has some good things, but it's not like amazing. It can with Varudress like very consistently if you get a mid hand. If you get Starforge, you can literally make Varudress and you're fine. Also the interruptions, you have to learn, but they're good after you learn them. And the bad side. This deck's ass because it's not consistent if you don't get a good hand or you don't have an option to get the field spell and Starforge in in the exact same time. You have to have Starforge in the extra deck and the field spell up to even play the game. And it's also rocket science. There are so many effects that you have to memorize and what can activate what and when can activate. So that was Ryu-ge. And now Blue Eyes. The good thing is that it's a nostalgic deck and it actually has a lot of gas. Like, I played this deck on ranked. I played through 4 hand traps. 4. And it still could not stop me. So he was playing with 2 cards in hand and he interrupted me with 4 hand traps and I still could have Spirit and a normal Blue Eyes on the field, which was kinda insane to me. The bad thing is that this deck can die to Shifter, but if your opponent draws Shifter on their turn, you're kinda safe if you already have Spirit on the new Spirit on the field. I'm happy that this cannot Calamity Lock anymore though. I'm so happy. So that was Blue Eyes, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I inspired you on making a deck, one of these decks, in the future. Kulmukuli out.